Hey babes. So basically, apparently a few of you have had difficulty syncing up the music to the visual because the visual doesn't have any. Let me get rid of this gum. Because the visual doesn't have any audio on it at all, so you have to try and sync it up just using the actual video, the clip, the visual. Pushing that fan off, I'll get annoyed. So I'm going to help some of you do that, and even if it only helps a few of you, then it's worth it. So good. Screen record starting now. Sam in the edit. Thanks for that. Because this also got the same problem here. See, there's no audio with the screen recording. So how do I know how to sync them up? Okay, so I'm gonna be editing this on Adobe Premiere Pro. You guys might be using something different. That doesn't matter. It's the same way of doing it. It's just obviously the layout and things might be a little bit different, but essentially it's the same. So I've imported the proxies. Just for those of you that don't know, a proxy is basically a low resolution, lower quality video file compared to the original, and basically editors can render the proxies out so that during the editing workflow the computer can deal with those files a lot easier than the super high res, super high quality actual original files, the RAWs. So I think you can download the RAWs if you'd like to, but for this I'm going to be using the proxies. One thing to bear in mind that I've noticed the proxies are in 720p, whereas I'm sure the originals will be in 1080p or 4K, probably 1080p. They'll be 1080p, right? Well, the original,
yeah, 4K or 1080, isn't it?
Yeah. Cool. So the first thing that I've noticed is that the frame rate of the standard speed proxies and the slow motion proxies are both 23.976 frames per second, which is absolutely fine. Basically, the reason the slow motion proxies are the same frame rate as the standard speed proxies is because the slow motion's been done in camera for the slow motion shots, and now the playback is 23.976, which is absolutely fine, which means they'll play back in slow motion, which looks to me like half speed. Looks like half speed. So that would have been shot probably at I guess like 48 frames per second. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to order these clips in name order, just so we've got the ones that were shot first at the top and the ones that were shot last at the bottom. I'm going to focus on the standard speed proxies for now, and I'm going to click the top one, click down to the bottom one, right click, new sequence from clip, and then we've got a sequence here. Maybe just check the settings. Sometimes I like to just check. 23.976 frames per second, that's good, and the resolution 1280 by 720, 16 by 9. Okay, that's fine. But again, it's obviously 720p, so don't forget about that. So I'm just going to rename my sequence quickly, clips, and we've got the music track here.
Yeah, I got demons in my way, they been scheming in my face, that's why I've been in my head. I've been hiding in
the floor's too creaky. And so basically I think that the main thing obviously that we're looking for is we're looking for a sync point in the visual and something significant that's happening in the audio. And so the first thing that springs to mind is obviously the rapping starting.
Yeah. I got demons in my way.
So we know that in the visual there's going to be a lot of mouth movement. Not there. That just looks like maybe the yeah or the skirt.
You can't skirt, man.
Well, I know.
You just can't.
So basically I'm going to select the clip and then hit M on my keyboard to make a mark on the track where that starts, about there. That's good, and then I'm going to drag the audio clip down, the music.
Yeah. I got demons in my way. I got demons.
So, and then put a marker on that audio track as well.
Yeah.
Roughly where the rapping starts.
I got demons.
And then I'm going to sync those up. And with a bit of luck, they'll be close.
I got demons in my way. I got demons in my way. I got demons in my way. They been scheming in my face.
That's kind of close. It's I think the other visual reference to use here is the hand in front of the face. Yeah. Another little tip we could do here is to, if we go into the effects, we can add on an effect called Lumetri color. It might be something different in another software, but it's basically just to bring up the shadows. So you just want to bring up the shadows a bit, just so, there we go. Really boost that over the top. Might just be a little bit clearer, just like the mouth movement and stuff. I think the other thing to do is that you can obviously try and pick up on the like what's the word, Dave? Like the movement, jiving.
Jiving.
Is that it? Is that what jiving is? Like that?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Pick up on that on the beat and see if he's on the beat there, because that's how you know if it's in sync. Ooh, that's off. That's off there. Okay. So that's kind of it really. And you'll know when it's on because you can kind of see it's on, but definitely do all the syncing right at the start. You don't want to be cutting things together and then trying to sync stuff later on. Okay, so I'm just editing this and I've just realized quite an obvious thing that I've missed out. Once you've synced up all 3 takes, you should layer them up onto video layers 1, 2, and 3 just with the one soundtrack, so that you can quite easily chop between them. So yeah, the key things to note there, I guess, is you're looking for significant points in the visuals. That's something that you know is going to sync with the audio. Something like the first line in the rap, or like a significant yeah, or whatever. Yeah, one of those. Obviously bump up the shadows so that you can maybe see the mouth movement a bit better. But that's about it really. That's just syncing up your visual to the audio. And then quickly, as an extra tip, in terms of the slow motion files, what you could do with that is, if I was you doing this, I might actually speed it up to 200% so that you have it in real time, and then sync up the audio to that. You know, and basically just do the exact same thing we just did then. And then when you've got that 200%, you can do maybe a speed ramp back down to 50%, so you can get that kind of, you know, real time, and then run them back into it again. Could be cool, could be cool, could be cool. Depends what you want to do, depends what your vibe is, depends what sort of thing you're going for. Okay, so thank you for watching. I hope that's helped some of you. I'm going to be doing a video on this in the coming days, so yeah, keep an eye out for that when that comes out. See you later, see you in the next one. Keep making stuff, keep doing it, keep doing it. Bye, 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 bye.
Yeah, here we go.